Page 86, exercise 2 reading. Again, this is similar to the sort of thing you might get in your GCSE reading. Read what two people say in a forum about climate change. Look at the questions on the next page, and you've got to write whether it's Coralie or Yanis or both of them who say something. And that's where the recommendation from the examiners was really make sure that you read on all of it before you start making a decision. Often they try to catch you out a little bit by making it seem as if somebody says something and actually they're not saying it. So do this, and here are the questions based on it. As it says here, with this type of task you need to read both passages with great care, as you must make sure that both people either do or do not mention the same topics. So you can't answer any question just by reading one passage alone. When you've done it, then resume for the answers. If it helps, there is a version here where you've got the questions at the same time as the text. Answers coming up now. So see how you did, and as usual, now we're going to go on and make sure that you understand what it means so you know why you were right or why you were wrong. Translation coming up now. Le changement climatique, climate change. Coralie says that because of the increase of greenhouse gas, serre, effet de serre, serre is a greenhouse, the average temperature on the Earth has gone up by almost, presque, 1 degree in 1 century. She explains that this change, this climate change, impacts nature, animals and people. There are more and more vagues de chaleur, is a heat wave. So even if you hadn't come across the word chaleur, you might have got it from chaud. You'd feel chaud, it's hot. Heat wave and storms. All that can spoil or destroy houses, fields or roads. Moreover, another thing, she explains that since it is warmer, the glaciers melt more quickly. Now, when ice melts, elle refers to la glace, it transforms, it turns into eau, water, which flows to the sea. Result, the level of the sea rises. Yanis thinks that climate change perturbs nature and animals. Those who like heat travel towards new places because it's warmer there, and those who like the cold are forced to or obliged to leave their habitat. He adds that because of, you might not know la sécheresse, but you could have got it from this, manque de pluie, lack of rain, because of the drought, or inondation, floods, which is too much water. By the way, this comes up in a later chapter. Certain people don't have enough to eat. In France, when the summer is too dry, you have less corn, for example, or then the clementines lose their flavour and are less coloured. Elsewhere, there will be more floods caused by the ice which will melt. So now you can see why these are the correct answers. Worried about climate change can affect nature and animals. Both of them mention that. And I think that's quite straightforward, because Coralie has got the word about it impacting nature and animals, and Yanis saying it perturbs nature and animals. Number 2, it's only Coralie who mentions destroying fields and roads. So for that you just had to know that the word les champs was fields and les routes are the roads. The number 3, who's concerned they might not have enough to eat, that's definitely Yanis, who's got their n'ont pas assez à manger, do not have enough to eat. So you had to know that that was the negative. There's no mention of food here at all. They both mention the weather, don't they? But the only one who actually uses the word storms and talks about that is Coralie down here, where she talks about that there'll be more tempêtes. So that was testing that one. This one about the effects of glaciers melting, it was expressed in a different way, but actually both of them did say it. So les glaciers fondent plus vite, glaciers melt more quickly, and here la glace qui fondra, the ice which will melt. So both of them mentioned that. And the only one talking about the animals needing to migrate are Yanis over here, who's got about those who like coal have to leave their habitat.